I'm not stringing you guys along. No blue balling here. We're going to do it right. There's a new cinematic, The Crown of Flame, Guardians of the Dream in-game cinematic. This is why everyone is here. I've been pasted for the last 20 minutes. Every single one of you have asked, have you reacted to this? Have you reacted to this? Okay, here we go.
My brother believed he could control me. This rage inside my heart. My sister believed she could tame me. My fury will not be sated. The aspects believed they could imprison me. But my hatred cannot be contained.
I feel like that's a bit of a throwback almost to Deathwing, because Deathwing said something very similar. My hatred could not be contained. It's very similar to Deathwing. Like, Void much? Like, does he know that he's not in control of himself anymore?
They know what is coming. That the unyielding flame draws closer. Ever closer. Even now, they cling to one another in the dark. Lost in their dream. Deceived by those who squandered our birthright. Betrayers. All of them. So it falls to me to make them pay.
Holy shit. Wait, what the fuck?
Has just begun.
That axe literally just cuts... What? Alright, I mean, what a weapon. It's a good cinematic. It's actually, I think, the first cinematic that makes us sort of go, oh, shit, you know? There's some, like, there's some muscle to this. There's a bit of a, almost, like I said, gives me Cataclysm vibes. You know, I get very much Cataclysm vibes from this. I still don't follow, if I'm honest with you, the whole logic of a lot of this story, but we've already discussed this earlier in the stream. There's a lot of snapshot storytelling, and because of the snapshot nature of the storytelling, a lot of things don't make sense. I'll give you guys an example. Farak is now with the Druids of the Flame. How did he find them? What was that conversation like when they decided to join him? You know, also, he wants to burn down the World Tree and claim its power. That is not really what the Druids of the Flame want. If you know anything about the Druids of the Flame, they're not specifically anti the dream or specifically anti-nature. They just believe in a more violent approach to defending what is theirs and obviously regaining what is theirs. You guys like fire? I like fire. We BFFs now. I do think, like, I'm not trying to take away from the cinematic, because fundamentally, I think as far as Dragonflight cinematics go, this is probably the best one so far. Like, of all of them, this is the first one where we don't get that super deep, heavy conversation that's meant to make you feel emotional. This is more just, I'm coming for your shit and I'm going to kill all of you. That's it, right? I am angry, I am full of rage, and I will not be contained any longer. this is sort of what WoW needed. I think fundamentally this is a good start. Well, we'll see how it plays out, obviously, because anything can change in this. But I still find myself with a lot of open questions. And I think that's what annoys me about WoW is the amount of times that we get these really good setups, but then you think, but how do we get here exactly? I think they tease Veranoth betraying. Actually, Grandpa, I wanted to say, if anything, they kind of proved that Veranoth isn't going to betray the aspects. I wanted to say that this is sort of, it's sad because they went full destruction mode on that potential storyline. If you listen to what Farak says here,
Yielding flame draws closer, ever closer. Even now, they cling to one another in the dark, lost in their dream. Deceived by those who squandered our birthright.
so that point there, deceived by those who squandered our birthright, I think doesn't mean what you think it means. He is saying that Veranoth has been deceived by Alexstrasza and the other aspects. So Veranoth is the one that's being deceived by those who squandered their birthright. Those who squandered their birthright is the aspects. And that is kind of what he's saying there. Now, you could maybe read deeper into it, but I don't know if that's the position that Blizzard is going to take with this. If anything, I read it as, well, that's that thing. The whole cool storyline of Veranoth actually being a plant and she's working on the inside trying to fuck over everyone, that seems to be not happening. They've decided, never mind with that storyline. She is actually just now friends with the aspects. Are you going to mansplain the cinematic to us now? Isn't it obvious? I do apologize, Apocalypse. I should have said that clearly it is obvious, right? For anyone that may... You see, I can't make these jokes because someone's going to watch this video that wasn't part of the live stream and they're not going to understand this joke at all. Right? Because I was about to sort of say that, isn't it obvious how the Dragon Isles awakened, right? Clearly, the Dragon Isles awakened because Veranoth joined the aspects. Like, that's just clear. But then I realized someone on YouTube is going to watch this and be like, what the fuck is he talking about? What? Like, how does that even... How? You know, and then I'm going to be accused in the comment section of just making shit up. Because apparently other content creators can just make shit up, but I'm not allowed to do that. It says those in that line. He never refers to one specific thing. He uses plural to refer to many people clinging and says those. What do you mean? Do one. So he says those who cling. Those can be used as a singular instead of using the name, right? So instead of saying the aspects, he could say those. Or are you actually agreeing with me and simply saying that he was clearly speaking about many things rather than just a single thing? Because in that sense, I would agree with you. The way he phrases it suggests that he's talking about multiple things that squandered their birthright rather than, just one person that had squandered their birthright. Maybe it's not his goal, but some Void Lord goal. Again, recycle Blizzard story. I mean, everything in the expansion so far leads me to a place where I think the Void Lords are coming. It feels like all of this is just set up for the Void Lords coming. If not the Void Lords, definitely the Void Armies. It just feels like we are on the cusp of the actual Hour of Twilight making its approach. And if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna be pissed. And I realize this is just a reaction. I should probably shut the fuck up and, upload the video now. But guys, we need a loss, and we need a loss fast. We can't keep winning and expect people to keep caring. At some point, when you know what the end is going to be, you're going to stop caring about the events. We need an expansion where we get our asses handed to us on a platter. We need to get served. And I can't think of a better expansion than this one for Iridocron to completely bamboozle us and just bring forth the void. And here we go. This is the story. This is the story that all of us have been waiting for. We have finally lost something. I really need to see that. I wouldn't even say Legion level ass kicking, because technically speaking, yes, we lost in Legion because killing Argus allowed for Argus to go kill the Arbiter. But with how the story was paced, that did not translate. That did not translate as a loss. It still translated as a victory, and then later they presented it as a loss. But that's not what I'm really talking about. We need to start feeling like there's actual consequences for the actions. People need to believe that unless they help, we could lose. Unless they play, we could lose. And the only way you're going to get there is if we actually lose.